Whoa, hello.
Ah,
Hello there. We're surprised.
Ah!
what?
Sorry. Duh!
Oh my god.
All right, we'll begin. So, hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin,
Mark.
And I'm Philip.
and you're watching and are listening to episode 437 DangIT Prodcast. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Phil. Actually,
Man.
that head turn to the man. That was everything.
Man.
That told
I
me
have been
everything.
Well, I think I looked up the last time I was on here and it was July.
Jesus Christ.
It was the 4th of July. You
hey,
know.
hey,
You know.
That's a dank track.
Hmm.
That is a dank track. But yeah, no, it's been a while. It's been a good minute.
How have you been?
Tired. Very, very tired. But I've been all right.
That's good
You
to
know
hear.
me, just playing video games,
Mm.
trying to get through work.
I feel it. I too have also been kind of tired. Well, actually, that's just because of sleep schedule. I've been trying to like upkeep on like all the TikTok stuff as well, and I just been spending all day like editing today. Mark, how you been?
Good. Currently in Kentucky for a wedding.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Is
This
there
man is out of the state? Crazy.
is there any issues with you being here for the podcast? Feel free to just let me know.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I have to go. I can be here for a bit.
Okay, that's totally fine too. So it's been a pretty like standard week for me, but as far as like news updates, I didn't really have time to really put down like a whole like listing and everything like that. So if you guys had any like updates as far as like what's been going on this past week, let me know. I just have a bunch of Pokemon stuff, so by all means.
Well, I mean, I have a couple Nintendo things, some good, some bad. So
Oh, okay.
you know, the usual stuff. But what do you want to do first? Do you want to just go over the new stuff?
Yeah, let's go over some new stuff. I'm kind of just like been doing all the raids or the 7-star raid for Pokemon. That's like the latest thing like on that side. I got my Charizard,
Yeah.
everything's good, and I'm just trying to like
Charizard.
thinking about what I can do with that Charizard aside from just like battling with it casually, seeing if we can do raids, if you want to breed down to other Pokemon that are within the same age group.
Well,
I've been kind of working
it
towards
is a
that.
busted Charizard.
I'm
It
not,
is.
I'm not that far into the game.
Ah.
It is a 1,000,000% busted
Oh,
Charizard.
Mm.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up Pokemon Violet and Scarlet a little bit later when I do pickup stuff, but
Oh, okay.
I haven't been playing it too much because I've been playing a certain other game that I've been trying to finish before the end of the year.
Yeah.
For basically between
Oh.
Scarlet
get-
and Final Fantasy.
We will get there, but I was gonna say, yeah, no, Pokemon's good so far. I'm not far enough to be able to get the Charizard, so what I'm gonna try and do is the next weekend to try to get that raid done.
This is true, yeah.
Yeah,
Is it coming back next weekend?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's 2 weekends.
Yeah, it runs 2 weekends and that's it.
Yeah. Well,
Wow,
I don't think that's gonna be the only time you can get a Charizard, right? I think next year Pokemon Home comes out, or the update for it.
Right, so you can
February, I
transfer.
believe.
Yeah, you can transfer whatever Charizards you've had like in the past, Charmanders,
Yeah.
etc. So
Whatever Pokemon is allowed to be in there, yeah. Because I know the
True.
Hisui Pokemon is gonna be allowed, but other than that,
Which
yeah, it's got up in
I
there.
imagine, I imagine that's also going to mean any Pokemon from the generations that are allowed in, like Pokemon that are actually allowed in the game, the ones you can actually transfer into this game,
yes,
they will all be available in raids.
that's should
Oh,
be
yeah,
that
okay.
should be right because that's what happens in the previous games, like Sword and Shield. As
Hmm.
long as the Pokemon is in the decks, it's 100% allowed. It's what's not on the decks is what we're trying to find out.
Oh yeah. I hope I don't really know like what's like currently going to be transferable, but I hope the Unova starters have a chance because they're
I know the Gen 6 starters are all in there.
Oshawott
yeah.
is for sure because he's a Hisuian.
yeah, okay. Because it feels so bad because they're kind of just locked in Pokemon
Yeah.
Home.
I have I'm that person too. I have every single, so I don't know. Like I think I've talked about this very briefly in the past.
Hmm.
It's been like years. but I have a live Pokédex like in my home. Like I have one of every single Pokemon ever.
Nice.
And I'm trying my hardest. I am almost done. Now I'm far behind because Scarlet and Violet just came out, so I'm screwed.
It's true.
But
there's only 100 or so new Pokemon.
Well, I mean, no, but you also have to take into account that I have to get the Asuin Pokemon too. I never finished Legends.
Ooh, that's
SMH.
Yeah, so there's for some reason I don't have Gen 1 done. I guess like I didn't get the Ammonite or Amistar.
Yeah,
that's a very quick thing to fix.
I guess
I know.
Yeah.
I have to just pop in my Let's Go Pikachu and just play it real quick up until that point. I understand.
That's true. Yeah, that makes it easier.
Because that's what I'm planning to do. But other than that, I do have all of Gen 2 done. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am not done with 8. I gotta finish 8 because the second expansion. I didn't finish. Yeah.
The Crown Tundra.
Crown Tundra. I have not finished. I know I'm so far behind in Pokemon stuff. But I did finish Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so that was cool.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. That's my journey so far. I gotta do that. And also if anybody has a Melmetal they can send me my way, because I don't have one, because I don't play Pokemon Go.
Which one?
Melmetal. I can only get it through Go.
Ooh, I think I might be able to help you out with that.
I have a small one. I have the baby one, the pre-evolution, but I need the Melmetal.
Oh yeah. Okay, you may need to seek help also.
Yeah, I was like, you can only get it in Pokemon Go, and then you can transfer it to Let's Go, and that's it.
Also, Justin, have you found that one Pokemon that you didn't think was going to be so important to you, but then they ended up coming in clutch, and now you're like, okay, you're tight now.
Can you be more specific about that? I don't know exactly which one you're referring to.
No, I'm saying, have you found a Pokemon exactly that gives you that feeling?
Oh, it's been a while. I think I have everything laid out, so it's not too difficult to find it. It might be a little bit of hassle, but yeah, I think I can retrieve whatever Pokemon I'm missing.
I was gonna say, because I caught it simply to help. I caught a Pokemon simply to help with one of the star raids, and he ended up being very valuable. I was like, you know what? I like you.
Oh, you know what? The worst one, as far as the star battle ones, was definitely the very last one, the fighting one.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I didn't have any psychics. I had no flying either, so I was kind of screwed. But then I caught along the way a 50 level something Espeon, a 50-40 something like Velusa, which is that like Barracuda looking thing, that's water psychic, and that kind of helped carry me until like the very end. And it was really just a battle of attrition against me and like that Revavroom, because it would sharply increase its speed every single time I like attack it and defense, and it just kept buffing itself. And it was just Clodsire that just came in clutch for that one. Clodsire's goated.
For me, what really helped me get through that, and honestly, he came in clutch a couple times, was Low Kicks, the new Grasshopper.
Oh yeah, I see that dude like everywhere I go.
Like Low Kicks, Low-key came in handy a lot. I was like, okay, Low Kicks, you're solid on my team, bro. You're solid with me. If anyone talks shit about Low Kicks, I will fight them, because Low Kicks came in clutch for me.
Got you. So shout out to Ibrahim in the chat as well. I've really enjoyed my time. Now that I fully like beat the game, seen the credits, I could say that it's been the most fun Pokemon game that I've had in a long time. It's definitely buggy, even like playing it with like just the old original day one patch. It's still very buggy, and visually like it has a lot of pop-ins, there's frame drops everywhere, but if you can look past that, if you can like kind of struggle through a little bit some of the worst drops like later on, because they're only like temporary there, it's still a lot of fun. So my recommendation. The only thing I would love for them to do otherwise is to bring back the Legends mechanic of just throwing the Pokeball at the wild Pokemon. That just kind of like adds a level of freedom that lets you decide how you want to approach it. But other than that, it's great. Larry's my favorite, by the way.
I was gonna say, is it adds more freedom, or is it makes you do less work?
More freedom, just generally speaking.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I'm actually in the camp that thinks the catching is just fine, Scarlet and Violet. I don't really care about the. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. I didn't like it in Legends Arceus because of how many times I had to do it. But I also understand that that game was in like set in that era where there is no Pokédex. You're creating one, so you have to do it for research purposes. I understand that much, but my God, was it annoying to have to keep crafting the Pokeballs like every single time.
This is also true, and it's like it takes until like you have to have like some kind of system in place, and then you just kind of like automatically do that like subconsciously. But I do remember like early on, mass crafting was kind of difficult.
Yeah.
So I still have to trade Justin some of the Scarlet Paradox Pokemon. I just remembered that.
Yeah, that's why. You know what? That's actually what I'm missing at this point.
Yeah, I'll send you those once I get back home.
Yeah, and if you're missing any Paradox on like my side, then I'll send them over as soon as I catch them.
Roger.
That's such a crazy thing. Though, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say. I will say though, what confused me in this generation, I was like, "What is the regional bird of this generation?" Because normally there's a three-stage legendary, not three-stage legendary, three-stage regional bird.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
They didn't have any, and my problem is, I'm basic when it comes to my team. I always run my starter and the main bird, and they don't have a main bird, and I'm pissed off right now.
I'm so upset.
Apparently, they do. I didn't realize until it was pointed out to me. It's Squawkabilly.
Are you sure it's Squawkabilly? Because they have a couple of birds, but they're not like the very beginning.
Squawkabilly's the one with the rocks, right?
No, Squawkabilly is the one with the pompadour.
That comes in different colors.
Oh, okay.
I think
that's weird.
I think they're.
I was expecting it to be Wattrel.
Yeah, the electric, electric flying one.
Yeah. Now I don't want to be spoiled from what I'm about to tell you.
Oh, okay.
But there is a Pokemon I caught, and I'm planning to run it. I don't know how good its evolution is, but it's the Kappa.
What was the Kappa?
Capsicid. I don't know what the evolution is.
I think you'll get a lot of mileage. It depends on like what start you chose.
I chose Quaxley. I think I'm the only Quaxley person in this chat right now.
Yeah, you'll like it.
Actually, we got the trifecta here.
Here's the thing, because I also liked Quaxley. I just wasn't sure how I felt about, because I was like, the evolution, its final evolution is really powerful. It's just the fact of, I was like, is it too feminine for me? I can't decide.
No, I don't care about that. I always choose water.
Rock the hurricane, bitch.
Normally,
Katrina.
I usually choose water a lot.
I usually just choose water. But
water.
Gen 2 is actually a game I've never played with water because Cyndaquil is my favorite Pokemon. So
that's fair.
But I love Totodile.
No bad. I wasn't gonna say that.
So foul.
I actually am planning to play those again. I was telling Justin.
Oh yeah.
In Messenger, I was actually planning on streaming nothing but Nuzlocke challenges on every single Pokemon gen.
Crazy.
But doing the version I never play. I'm so comfortable with like the versions that I play that I don't want to. I collect the other versions, but I never actually play them.
Fair.
So at least this gives me an excuse to actually use them. So for instance, like I play blue, I would play red.
Got you. And we're talking about like Game Boy, like red and blue, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I think I'm gonna exclude like third versions, so like yellow or emerald.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of consistency, but yeah.
Oh, fair. Okay, that's fair.
Also, I would like some opinions on a couple things.
Oh, okay.
Opinions on Flamigo.
I love Flamigo.
I love the name, but there's one.
That's just an animal.
That's the thing. It's like it's one of the lazier designs. I can't argue that.
I mean, but have you ever had a flamingo Pokemon in this series? Huh? Tell me one. No, I didn't think so. What about the toucan? What about the toucan in Gen 7? I forgot its name.
Toucanon? Toucanon?
It is toucanon.
but toucanon still shot stuff out of his beak like a cannon.
but he looks like a fucking toucan.
very angry.
I'm very
He
pissed
still
off.
looks like a toucan.
This is also true.
This is okay. Pokemon are creatures. They can be animals, objects, whatever. You've never had a flamingo. What else did you think the flamingo was gonna look like?
Here, Mark, you got the keys instead.
Oh god! Oh lordy!
Or
I forgot about Clef Key.
Or what was it? Sinus T.
Oh my god! Or
And
don't forget Vanillish.
The Poltergeist. I saw a video of them actually like serving like a drink like in this like film thing that kind of like is shaped like Poltergeist, and you actually have to like pour him. And I'm like, I don't want to drink whatever came out of that.
The ectoplasm.
I don't want to drink that.
Also, Justin, did you hear what a cloth sounds like?
Yeah.
Do you hear what I heard?
It kind of like it's a little bit of a stretch, but it does kind of hurt. Here, it sounds like kind of something muffled, almost like a fart muffled, like behind the door.
It really does.
Although if you really want the fart sound, you can always go to what was it, Skunk Tank?
Oh, Skunk Tank is absolutely just a fart noise.
Also, that's just a skunk. Also, that's just a big skunk.
That's just a skunk. That's what I'm saying. It's fine. The flamingo, it's fine.
Also, I'm also wondering why they bothered with Duraludon last generation when the pseudo-legendary this generation is even more Godzilla, and then they also made the future Tyranitar. So I'm like,
oh yeah, you know, they like skyscrapers, and they want to dabble with the oh man, it's been a hot minute since we Gigantamax stuff, Dynamaxing. They wanted to do a skyscraper. I did like Duraludon just because of that design. It was just interesting.
Oh, Duraludon's cool. I still like Duraludon.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, Bellybolt ended up being one of my favorites of the generation.
Yeah,
Bellybolt is so cool.
Bellybolt's actually pretty strong.
I kept him on my team the entire game.
I'm big fan of that design. Loved him.
Mm.
Absolutely, we stand Bellybolt.
They actually they had a lot of Pokemon like in this game as far as like the variety. It was really hard, even like trying to stick to like the regional exclusives as far or new generations. Even to have that as a team, like it was hard to like shuffle them because everyone was kind of varying in their typing.
Oh, absolutely. On top of that, like there's like a lot of Pokemon that evolve into new evolutions that are old Pokemon.
Well, that's why I'm trying to run Capsicid, because I saw that typing. I said fire grass. What the fuck?
Yeah, I definitely want to try
that.
I would have loved to try that one out too.
Yeah, I caught him and his evolution.
Man.
Yeah, it was really cool.
He evolves. Oh, Phil, what level is your Capsicid?
I will check in 1 minute. I just got into a fight.
Oh, okay.
Because once he's level 30, just give him a Firestone, he'll evolve.
Really?
Does it have to be that base level, or is that just a recommendation because of the moves learned early on?
I could have swore it was the like necessity, but I could be wrong, and you might just need to give him a Firestone.
Okay. I was surprised they do include like a fair number of Pokemon that require like a stone to evolve. Like I didn't know Bellybolt was gonna be one of those.
He needs a Thunderstone.
Yeah.
I do have a Thunderstone in hand, but yeah.
Yeah, and then some other generations like that crab you get early on in Gen 8 that evolves in the Snow Mountains at the very end of the game just needs an Ice Stone, so you're good. You can also just catch that Pokemon out in the wild in this game. They do a great job in letting you fill up your Pokedex and not have you like go through and level them up like manually. You'll just find them in the wild, most likely.
I'm trying to think of what Pokemon you're talking about from Gen 8.
It's the Crabballer.
Oh crap! God. Oh, that's Gen 7.
Was it 7? God,
you can't fool me. That's just a crab.
I just love how Crabrawler and Crabominable just sat their freaking cries just like someone knocking on a door. You cannot even tell me it doesn't.
I was gonna say, so far I only have 2 confirmed Pokemon on my team that I'm gonna keep.
Oh yeah, it is Gen 7.
That's Quaxwell.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, and Pawmi. I know that Pawmi evolves, but I will keep them for now.
He evolves into the first of his typing.
So I will. That's the plan.
Yeah. Do you know actually the evolutions for Pawmi?
I don't.
Okay, I won't say anything. I won't say anything.
Yep. Do you at least want to know the typing?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I was he's like, you can help playing your team then.
Whoa!
I was not in Kentucky right now.
I was just gonna say, so you could plan your team properly.
No,
I'm not
he'll
going
play
into that just yet.
He'll play around and find out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, I have been able to find a Sandile in the desert, but I have not been able to find a Krokorok or a Crocodile.
Yeah, I think they might be somewhere else. Yeah, I'm kind of the same boat. I haven't really caught the other evolutions for that one.
Yeah. I know I was super surprised when I found Cacnea. I was like, Cacnea, you're in this game. What?
Oh yeah, that's right. Cacnea is. Yeah.
I haven't seen you since Gen 3.
I love Cacnea. You definitely.
I've got a tarantula evolving right now. What is this?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
We get this live.
Mm-hmm. Did he see it?
I was like, what the fuck is this thing?
What do you think? What do you think?
Is that a spider?
What y'all think?
A big ass spider. It's a huge ass spider.
That's a dumbass looking spider. What is this?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of boxed him immediately.
Tarantulops.
I think he has a very specific niche as an early bug Pokemon that you can just box when you're good.
Yeah. I that's all I had him in for. I just
want to know.
Had him there to evolve him, and now I'm gonna put him in the box.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, Spidops. That's what it is. Spidops.
Spidops. Yeah, he just looks funny.
When it comes to the new bug types, I definitely like the dung beetle and the grasshopper more than Spidops.
Oh hell yeah. I really love the dung beetle actually. Do you guys care to know how like that one evolves? Because
I know how.
Oh okay. It's actually really interesting. You have to use the Let's Go feature and level it up like past like 1,000 steps.
Wow.
Yeah,
which makes sense.
That's how Pawmi's second evolution evolves, is the exact same way. And
Bramblem, which is the cactus. Oh, not the cactus. Sorry. Oh god, what are they called?
Tumbleweed.
The tumbleweed Pokemon. They all evolve the same way.
God damn. I saw that Pokemon and I was like, good God.
Good God. We finally found everything except for the chair.
Tandemaus is an interesting evolution. Because Tandemaus
get a chair, like for sure.
Thank you. That's all I asked for.
Tandemaus is? It has 2 variants. It can either evolve into a family of 3 or a family of 4.
Yeah, mine still hasn't. You know, I'll give them the respect. Like they just want to focus on themselves. They don't want to start a family yet. I get it. So you guys just chill in the box for a while.
Bombardier was another interesting one for me. I was like, oh, it's the stork, but it bombs things.
Yeah, I like that. Mainly because like it kind of reminds me of just like the Bombardier skill in Monster Hunter. So like, gotcha. Right. I get it.
And I have my friend from Brazil. One of his favorite new Pokemon of all time is Tinkaton.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of people's favorites. I was thinking about that, but I was like, it's fast, but aside from like that crazy hammer move, like it's not the strongest thing.
We stand Clodsire.
Yeah, despite that, Clodsire with a similar attack stat. Yeah, I still stand by that one.
He's so cute.
Man, I just realized we went off on the biggest tangent.
We're still talking about Pokemon. Unless we're talking about someone else.
Yeah, we are talking about Pokemon. So there was I think the point is the patch didn't do jack shit to the performance.
Yeah. And any other like thing you can manipulate as far as like duplications and whatnot, not coming from me. It's still there.
So it is interesting that Nintendo had to actually sit here and acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll see how that turns out.
I just hope it does.
I'm not getting my hopes up. So
I hope it does help with the performance, though. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty fair with the game too.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
a fun game.
Still fun.
Yep, for sure. I was gonna say the other Nintendo news is: have you guys seen? You guys have been keeping up with the Smash controversy this week?
Oh, I know.
Ooh, okay. I need to be I need to be filled in.
Oh my god!
It's not even really Nintendo's fault for starting it. It was kind of the CEO of Panda Global.
That's not what I was referring to. Well, that's part of it.
What's going on?
They canceled like one of the biggest Smash tournaments this year. Like I think it was like 25,000 in the pot, or something like that. I don't know.
Supposed to be $250,000.
Yeah. Oh, damn. That's a lot of money. Oh, sorry. So 250,000. Sorry. That's a lot.
It was like
especially for a Smash Brothers tournament. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it was the biggest prize pot in Smash history.
But then Nintendo last minute told the tournament that they're pulling out.
Whoa.
So the thing is, here's the thing. They told them on Thanksgiving that they were going to pull out of the tournament.
Okay.
And I'm not like super like into details where I know names and whatnot. What I know is that the tournament was supposed to be held on an in-person tournament. What is it, online or in person? Whatever. The point is, it's $250,000 in the pot.
Ooh.
Nintendo pulls out because they, quote unquote, could not condone the safetyness of their participants or something like that. I think the thing is like that Evo moment that happened really scarred Nintendo, and so now they're really holding sponsorship back like really bad. But it's weird because this is one of the Panda Global sponsored tournaments, so Nintendo should have been on it already.
Wait, did they cancel Panda Globals too?
No, Nintendo is still collaborating with Panda Global. They are still the only esports to have Nintendo's backing into Smash Brothers at all.
But wait, the plot thickens.
Nintendo actually released a statement, and it's a very half-assed statement. But hey,
okay,
they did it. They did it. They sat there and they said, "Oh, well, we didn't cancel it. That was on their choice."
What?
The long story short, it was, well, we didn't tell them to cancel it. We were just not putting in the money for the prize. What are you talking about, Nintendo? That's the fucking point.
The thing that really made this a controversy, though, like what truly made it a controversy, was it was revealed that the CEO and co-founder of Panda Global, the esports team, had been going around to people who were going to participate in the tournament and saying, Nintendo's not officially on this, you should quit. You quit, dude. Come to ours. Ours.
Yep. So
filthy.
There's a lot of things there's a lot of things into this, but long story short, I wouldn't depend on Nintendo if you're gonna make a Smash tournament. It sucks because they're quick to put the hammer down and be like legal issues here, legal issues there, and that sucks. People love this series for a reason. They want to play it competitively. Just because I don't care about Melee like that doesn't mean there's a bunch of people out there. Melee is one of the biggest communities.
It's a community that honestly refuses to die.
Exactly, and so it's like, it sucks. The whole situation is bad, but I just wanted to bring it up and put it out there that happened this week. That was a whole fucking mess. And then Nintendo also released golf on Switch Sports. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I did see that. I still haven't picked up the game yet.
It's a little too late for me. Like I like Switch boards. It's not that it's bad. But if you're comparing it to something like Wii Sports or Wii Sports Resort, there's not a lot of content in that game. And I don't like the idea of unlocking things during seasons. Like they do that. Like it's free. They don't ask for a battle pass or anything like that. But those items, once they're gone, they're gone. You don't get those items ever again. Like you can't unlock them. So you have to play it during that season to get those items. And it's like, I don't know. There's not much to do unless you're just going to be playing online competitively. It's a fun streaming game. I remember doing a lot of streams with that game and it was fun. I might do one for golf. I know that golf is kind of okay. So, but there's that. And then I think that's it in terms of like Nintendo announcements.
Okay.
Y'all been keeping up with Fire Emblem Engage?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, somewhat. I've just been seeing a lot of postings from other like third parties that like really follow up, especially on the Japanese postings of it.
They're just looking like a really good game.
Yeah. I really like just the visual. It looks far different from Three Houses. I like Three Houses. I didn't really finish all of it, but except for one route. But it was one.
I figured you would have.
Same here. I was saying the same thing, but I just kind of stopped in the middle and I just couldn't continue on. I probably could, but a lot of things just kind of came up.
I probably could too. I never actually finished it, but I really did enjoy Three Houses. Engage looks already better than Three Houses, in my opinion.
It really does.
That's just me. That's just me. I like the character designs more. I like the aesthetics more.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what they're gonna do with the Engage part of the game, because those rings are cool. That's what they were revealing. Like they revealed Byleth is one of the characters that comes in.
Okay.
Roy. Ike. The mainstays. The mainstays of the Fire Emblem series. Yeah.
It looks like you have
There's actually a Fire Emblem character in the upcoming next death battle.
Oh,
which one?
Was it? I forget. Was it Lucina?
It wasn't Lucina.
It wasn't.
Or her Japanese name is Lucina.
Lucina.
I don't think it was Lucina. Let me double check, but I do know whoever it is from.
Female Marth, yeah.
Whoever it is from Fire Emblem, they are fighting against Kylo Ren.
Yeah, well, I think it was Lucina or Masked Marth against Kylo Ren, and I'm like, no, you know what? It's like you gotta be fair about this.
Like, my biggest question is, can the sword from their sword withstand a lightsaber?
No, I mean maybe. The writers will figure that out.
Falchion, right? It's the Falchion. Is that the sword that they use?
Falchion, either one, yeah.
Yeah, Falchion, yeah.
Yeah, because that was my biggest question. I was like, the only way this is even going to begin to be a fight is if it can take a lightsaber. That's the only way.
Yeah, and I guess you can argue. I mean, I don't want to like make this a whole discourse, but like things like the Master Sword or things that can kind of imbue light, I feel that has a chance. Falchion also can do that. In a way, I'm not sure if it's like of the same properties, but especially at the end of Awakening, they have like a much more powered up, like exalted, like Falchion to fight off like Grima, the End Dragon, at the end of that game. So they could try to make semantics of that and be like, okay, yeah, they can go head to head. But there's also the Force stuff. There's also the Force stuff.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
I still need to watch the latest death battle, which was Asta versus Deku. I still really want to see that.
Yeah, I should check that out too. But
other than that, Nintendo news wise, not much else really, like in terms of gaming. I mean, there was probably a lot more that I'm just forgetting.
Callisto?
Oh yeah. Ooh. What do you guys want to say about that one?
I mean, I haven't bought it myself, and I'm not going to.
I'm not going to.
Well, no, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry. My wife just looked at me right now over the side.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna just judge it based on reviews, because let me be clear. I love Dead Space. I absolutely adore that series. I have all 3 of them on my PS3, just chilling over there.
Okay.
Many people adore Dead Space.
And I am very ready for Dead Space remake next month as well.
Oh yeah.
From what I've heard, it's Callisto Protocol is exactly like Dead Space, for better or for worse. And I said that to me tells me, okay, so it's good. I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
I've heard it's good, but I've heard it runs a little rough
on PC. It runs a little rough on PC and Xbox. The PS5 version is you can tell that the PS5 version was the one they were developing for.
It is true, yeah. They have
the Series X version, in terms of quality mode, let me rephrase that, because there's performance and quality mode when we're talking about consoles.
Okay.
According to Digital Foundry, because I love that channel, Callisto Protocol drops frames like crazy on quality mode.
But on performance mode, it works just fine.
It's a solid 60 frames on both.
Oh, okay.
All right, so as long as you're playing in performance, it should be fine.
Yeah, but it seems like the Xbox version is just a glitch, and the team is already working on it.
I was going to say, because the Xbox is stronger than the PS5, it should be able to run it just fine.
Yes, but the game was this is how it works, Mark. The game was developed for
It was
PS5,
the
ported,
optimization.
It was
Yeah,
optimized for PlayStation, yes. Yeah.
and it ported to Xbox and PC. PC version runs like garbage. Don't,
Yeah, it sucks.
have you seen the frame rates on that? That game stutters like it's not a model. That game makes Pokemon Scarlet and Violet look good.
Is it that bad? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh my god.
I mean, visually, there's no pop-ins or anything weird like that. It stutters so much. It looks like a slideshow.
No.
Yeah, it seems to be a glitch. I don't know if you saw Steam user reviews. They're not fun for that game.
Oh god, you can imagine the refund
That
stuff
game-
going on.
Like I said, that game was optimized for a console first and then PC later. So again, it probably seems like it's just a glitch and they're gonna work on it.
Mhm.
But I want to pick it up. I will pick it up later. It was one of my hypest games this year. I'm just gonna wait on it a little bit.
All right.
Give it some time to heal.
Give it a little bit of time, yeah. Because I don't care if people tell me it's a 7 or 8 out of 10, and I'm like, that sounds like a
That
good
still
game to
sounds
me. I don't
good.
know what you're.
I thought it
Yeah.
was just I thought it was kind of worse, but I think it depends on the perspective of the person playing it.
Yeah,
If it really appeals to them as far as the gameplay.
I have seen though, and this is a for sure thing. That game is one of the best Unreal Engine 4 games I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
Like,
really? Oh.
the motion capture, everything about that game looks stunning, and I can't believe it's a cross-gen game. That game came out on PS4 and Xbox One as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
We're at that point of the generation where we're getting into the beginning of Unreal Engine 5, and we're seeing the apex of what Unreal Engine 4 can do.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're finally starting to see certain games come out that are exclusive to next gen games consoles as well.
Mhm.
A Plague Tale Requiem, right? Is a
Oh,
game
yeah,
that only
yeah.
runs 30 frames. There is no performance mode because they are pushing that console to the limit, which is fine.
Push it to
My thing is, I'm cool. I always said like, oh, I don't want to play a game on a next gen console if there's no performance mode, right? But if you are going to tell me it's exclusive to that console and there's a reason it has to be, fine.
Mhm.
I can deal with the 30 frames. That's just a me thing though.
I can live with 30 frames.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, same here.
It's like 30 frames is like it's just going to be basic movement. It's not going to be like fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's
It's
why
not,
I.
it's not Street Fighter, you know what I mean? Where you need 60 frames to play that game.
That's fair. Like in like 7 remake when it was just originally just PlayStation 4, like I thought that was super fun because they just locked the frame rate to 30.
Me too.
So
Me
it was smooth enough for me.
It was very smooth. But then they made it integrate, and I said, "Oh damn, 60."
Oh,
Ooh, got
oh.
me. You got me. I understand that a lot of people are like, "Well, if you play performance mode, you're not getting full 4K." I don't care.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm playing on a console, I'm not even expecting it to hit full 4K. All right.
Yeah, honestly,
Just know that.
if you're just playing on a monitor, like on your desk, then it's fine at 1080. If it's a bigger screen, I understand.
My preferred thing on performance mode on modern consoles is not 1080. Actually, I don't like that one.
Huh?
I don't like when the game is 1080 60. That seems lazy to me because games like God of War Ragnarok, games like Ratchet and Clank,
That's
Rift
fair.
Apart, all of those like bigger titles, and I don't just mean first party either. I know that I was playing Guardians of the Galaxy, performance mode is just the same. My preferred performance choices, 60 frames, very low end 4K. So it's like what PS4 Pro can hit. I think it's like 16 something.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know that the Xbox One X can hit a full 4K. The PS4 Pro cannot. But that limit for PS4 Pro is what I like for 60 frames on PS5 and Series X.
Mm.
That's my preferred way to play games on those next gen consoles. But if it is locked at 30 frames, you got to give me a good reason why. Plague Tale Requiem looks like a good reason why. I'm just saying. I haven't played it yet, but it looks phenomenal.
It looks
really
clean.
should play that series.
Yeah, I still gotta get to the first one.
Yeah, I have it downloaded on my series. I have it bought on my Xbox. I have the Series X version of the first game. So.
Also Hellblade, because
Ooh.
the other one, the new one,
Ooh.
is like jaw-droppingly like crazy good.
Yeah,
Some really wild graphics.
and that's a game that I don't mind in 30 frames because of how cinematic it is. It feels like a movie.
True.
It's like if you want to be slightly more cinematic, then you want the extra graphics.
Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's cool. 30 frames is cool if you're gonna push the hardware to the limit. But if there's a cross-gen version, like if there's a previous version, I don't want to hear 30 frames as an excuse. I apologize, but that shouldn't be a thing. Is all I'm saying.
And I forget how long they said it's going to take for Ragnarok to get on PC.
It's going to be a minute, but
yeah,
it shouldn't be too much. Ragnarok is a game, in my opinion, you can 100% tell was being developed for PS4 before they made the jump to PS5.
Sure, yeah.
It is literally in the exact same engine as God of War 2018.
It graphically did not look any different to me.
Exactly, it doesn't. However, there's a lot of effects that are going on. There's a lot of mechanics they changed. I'll get into that later. I have it in my pickups as well, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would say like Ragnarok will probably have that mindset of like, well, obviously it's being developed for PlayStation 5 in mind, but maybe a little bit more so with PC as well. So at this point, we are expecting it to show up.
Especially since every PlayStation series is now being seen on Steam.
Yeah.
Not everything, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
just about. We've got Horizon, we got Final Fantasy.
You got a lot of modern. You got a lot of modern stuff. Final Fantasy's been on PC for years. I was gonna say you're talking about like first party Sony games. You're gonna get them soon.
Yeah, we just got Uncharted, which was a huge one.
Like
Uncharted is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Ratchet & Clank also going to be added there too?
They haven't said anything about Ratchet & Clank, but I'm assuming since Insomniac put Spider-Man, maybe.
True.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like because Ratchet & Clank has ever been on a computer, has it?
No, it's always been PlayStation.
Not legally.
That's a PlayStation. well,
legally.
Slow down.
Hey, slow down.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah. But if my money's on the next game from Sony that'll be on PC, it'll be Returnal.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, it deserves that.
That's my next bet. But I was gonna say, I don't know if there's any other news for gaming.
Go ahead.
Oh
yeah, sorry Phil. I remember you were talking about ports, and it just occurred to me that a favorite of ours is being ported to other consoles aside from Switch and PC or /Steam. That's Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh damn! Yeah, you're right.
That was a surprise.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it.
I wasn't expecting it due to the fact that game already sold more than World, and World's on multi-platform. So I was like, oh wow, so they're probably just content with Switch.
It was at 11 million when World was at 16 or 18 million,
which is impressive considering it's only on Switch and PC. That was it.
Yep.
But I am happy that more people get to play it. I'm still not happy that Capcom is just like, well, if you play it on another console, you're stuck.
You have to start new. That's true. That's a bummer.
Really dumb at this point.
Yeah, they still got to do cross save.
I wish they
cross save between platforms, not between different. I'm sorry. Between generations, not between platforms. You still cannot bring your save over between Switch or Xbox or PlayStation. You can only do it if it's PS4 to PS5 or Xbox One to Xbox One or Series. That's it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I feel like that's the next thing they're going to end up doing at some point for Monster Hunters, cross save and cross play.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Well, I think what might support that was when I was signing up for the Street Fighter 6 beta. I didn't get in, but the method of having access is to sign up for this Capcom account, and that's kind of got me thinking like, oh, what if they use that as like a hub place to like store all of your data, and that might be the key to it later on. So
doing that with Street Fighter 6, basically.
So
Street Fighter 6 is gonna have crossplay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Like, the Capcom ID, I think, is for Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, because they call it the Capcom ID and not the Street Fighter ID. That kind of gives me an idea like this might be actually for other games as well.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping.
But so far, Rise does not have it.
Yeah, it does not have it.
And I have the resolutions and stuff in front of me.
Okay, cool.
On modern platforms, not on PS4. So PS4 Pro and 1X are locked to, if you're gonna do it, 4K 60 frames, which is very good.
I mean, God, like that's really good.
Very good, especially obviously adjust that to like even lower like consoles like PS4 regular and like Xbox One S. Obviously, you can only load up to 1080p,
sure,
60 frames, whatever. But PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, it's 4K 60 frames.
That's
Well,
great.
Xbox One S can do 120 frames.
Yes, I was gonna get there. If you are going to next gen consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series X can hit 4K 60 frames, or you can do performance mode, which hits it at, I believe it's low end 4K. It's not 1080p, but it's low end 4K, 120 frames.
That's sick. Yep.
Ooh. So it's 60 is the default, is what I'm trying to say. There is no 30 frames in this game. 60 is the default.
Nice.
That is very nice. I mean, I hope so. Nice. The game was developed with Switch in mind, so
it's true.
It's an easy thing to buff up.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's too bad to do. But yeah, Series S is going to be, I believe, 1080p 60 frames.
That's fair.
Yep. So good on them. That's good. I'm glad the game is going to get played by more people. Yeah. I know a lot of people at my job have been, a lot of Xbox players wanted to play because they played World, but they were like, man, I don't want to pay the money for a Switch. There you go.
Fair. And it's on Game Pass.
It is on Game Pass day one. God damn. That's a Game Pass game for sure. That's a good one.
So I might dive back into it.
Just to see it. I kind of want to download it just to see it. I just want to see it. I don't think I'm going to...
I've been meaning to jump back into it.
I don't think I want to just play it and start from the beginning. I think I'm just going to look at it.
Yeah, that's true.
And be like, wow, this is sick. And then go back to my Switch.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue.
Fair.
I'm going to continue my Switch version. My Switch version, but I'll dabble with it on the Xbox as well.
Same,
I mean, for fuck's sake, it's been out for like 2 years by the time the next one comes out, so.
Mm-hmm. Man, really has been.
Yeah, 2021, no?
Mm-hmm. Makes me think about Animal Crossing.
Holy shit. But yeah, I think that's it for that.
Okay.
I'm saving all the game and like what we've been playing talks for like later.
Gotcha.
I have a lot behind me.
Yeah.
But movie and TV shows news. So I was gonna tell you, I've caught up with everything that I've been watching.
Everything?
Yeah, I finished. Oh, he's dipped.
Oh, he's gone. He died.
Yeah, I have finished Star Wars Andor. Let me tell you something.
Okay, all right.
That show's a 10 out of 10.
So I've heard.
That is a 10 out of 10 Star Wars project. I thought nothing of it, right? When I think I talked about this way back when we were talking about like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I did not give a shit about Andor. I thought that the idea of it was like, why?
Yeah, like why would you show
this character?
Like he dies in Rogue One.
He dies in Rogue One anyways. Who cares? Like I don't give a fuck about this character. I was wrong. I am going to admit this right here, right now. I was wrong. Star Wars Andor is what I think Star Wars is. Like to me, like when I think about Star Wars, that is Star Wars. Good Lord. There is not a dull moment in that show. All 12 episodes, you have the build-up episodes, you have the crazy like climax episode, and then it builds up again, climax. And every single episode is interesting. There is not a single episode where I was like, ugh, I don't want to watch this. Everything was super good. The stakes were high. It was crazy. My favorite part of the show is, the rebels are good guys. But what exactly did they have to do to get there? Like, it's not just black and white. There's no good guys anywhere. There's no good guys anywhere, guys. It's not black and white. They did some bad things to get to where they were. It's crazy. I love that show. Episode 6 and episode 10 are some of the best Star Wars moments in my entire life. It's so good.
Okay.
My goodness. I was like, whoa. This is nuts. Like, oh my goodness.
All right, that's fair.
So I recommend it. There's still a season 2. No, I think in
season 2?
Yeah, they already confirmed season. They confirmed
2
seasons for the show, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe season 2 starts early 2024, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think late 2023. I don't remember, but I'm ready for it whenever it happens. It's good.
All right.
And then I finished She-Hulk. I know I didn't get to talk about it I know we didn't really get to talk about it.
Ooh, okay.
So let me catch up on my Marvel stuff. I finished She-Hulk.
Which thing?
I want to say that the fourth wall breaking shit was funny. That was awesome.
Okay.
Going into Walt Disney Studios and Marvel Studios, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on? Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched it, but I was like, what am I looking at? Like, like this bitch broke the entire like show and went in through Disney Plus. I was like, what is going on? Great show though. It's fine. There's a lot of filler episodes and stuff that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Which kind of sucked, but when it was good, it was good. Daredevil was godlike. Don't at me.
No, you're right. You're right.
Anything with Daredevil in it was fantastic. I think as soon as he walks in through that door and he's the lawyer, I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. I can already tell. And I was not wrong. It was really good. What was after that? Wakanda Forever. I did watch it.
Yeah. How'd you think?
It is not my favorite Marvel movie, but
crucified.
But I know I'm gonna get crucified for a lot of these opinions. It is not a bad Marvel movie. It's actually really good. Not my favorite in Phase 4 at all, but
okay.
They did a very, very good job at respectfully continuing Black Panther. You know what I mean? Like they didn't, without having to be super cringy about it or like, oh, like that's not good. Like you shouldn't have handled it like that. They handled that. They handled the topic very well. I think they did a phenomenal job on that. Riri Williams is really cool. I can't wait to see her in Ironheart. Namor is also a villain I didn't think I was going to care about too much, but he's pretty cool. Overall, good movie. Not my favorite of Phase 4 at all, but to me, it was better than Love and Thunder, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And now that Phase 4 is completely done, I will tell you right now that my top 3 movies in Phase 4 was number 3 for me was probably Wakanda Forever. Number 2 was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then my number 1 movie is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, that had to have been there. I know. And then top 3 shows for me during Phase 4, because now we have to do that. I would say Miss Marvel, number 3.
Okay.
WandaVision 2. And Loki season 1.
Ooh, okay.
Had to do it to him. It's great. And then speaking of other Marvel things, I wasn't here to talk about this. So Werewolf at Night is phenomenal. I don't even know what we're doing. Stop. After the podcast, go watch that.
Okay.
After the podcast, go watch that. Werewolf by Night, sorry, is amazing. They did such a cool job at like the tribute to the classic Universal monster movies in black and white. Awesome. It was so cool. The scene where he's transforming into the werewolf. Oh my god, dude. I was like, yo, I'm like in Halloween heaven right now. This is so cool. So that was awesome. And then the latest special, I don't know if you saw it. Did you see Guardians of the Galaxy?
I haven't. I should.
All right. I'm not going to spoil it because there is 2 things they reveal in there for MCU stuff.
I think I know one, but go ahead.
You can go ahead and try and guess.
Siblings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they did reveal that Mantis and Peter are actually siblings by their father.
I guess that makes sense, actually.
Yeah, there's another thing they reveal in there, which I was like, oh, how did they do that? But anyways, there's that. They introduced Cosmos finally.
Oh, yeah, the dog.
Yeah, I forgot the actress's name, but she is the actress who played the daughter of Borat in the second movie.
Huh.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was fun to hear already playing the character. So that was cool. I can't wait for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is the good transition because I guess there's a Comic-Con going on in Brazil. I didn't know it was going to be that lit. Disney came in hard. Actually, a lot of companies came in hard. Transformers has a new trailer for, I forgot what the movie's called, but it's the Beast.
Some Beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some Beast.
That's crazy. I didn't think I was going to see a new one. This is also the second movie in the series not directed by Michael Bay, so we will see how this works.
Yeah.
Yep. There was that. Disney, like I said, came in swinging. new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer.
Right.
That movie looks so good for Phase 5. A small new trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. It was like a hey, this is how he showed up in the MCU, and this is where he is now. Again, that's going to be a really cool movie to open up Phase 4, or Phase 5. So that's cool. I'll get to the one I'm really excited for in a minute, but they announced that season 3 of The Mandalorian starts in March.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, baby. You already know. It's good. Season 3 starts March 1st. And then we finally, after all these years since 2017 or 2018, whenever they talked about this movie, we finally got a trailer for it. We finally got to see what it looks like, and we finally have a name. My God, I am a huge Indiana Jones fan.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that series to death. I absolutely love that series. And I was a little skeptical at first when they said, "Oh, Harrison Ford's still gonna play him," and I was like,
"Oh,
slow down, slow down." I was like,
calm down.
How much can he actually do? But you know what? That's my fault for doubting, because that movie trailer was really good. This is also going to be the first Indiana Jones movie that is not directed by Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. So it's So this is officially the next movie done by Disney. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know how they did Star Wars: The Force Awakens? Like, this is their first Indiana Jones project without like the original like team.
This is gonna be interesting. But I think what we've seen so far is the track record. Maybe there's hope there.
Maybe. Here's the thing. I'm gonna put all the haters down right now. Yes, I agree that why am I forgetting the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is the worst movie in the series. But it's not bad. The movie's still good. There's still a lot of really cool little references that they did to kind of keep it in line. You know, Marion showing up again is really cool and sweet. Like, of course, Marion would be the one that shows up. That's Indy's like first ever love, first and really only love. Like, it was cool. It was cool to see that they actually thought about that. There's a couple other things in there too. I know that the special effects are terrible, and yes, I'm gonna bring up the fridge scene because there's no way, Doc. There's no way you survive a radioactive explosion in a fridge. That's just not how it works. I know that that's the rumor, that's a theory, and they used it in the movie, and I'm like, but no, like, no, don't do that. But anyways, it's still a fun time to watch. I don't hate the movie as much as other people think. You know, it's kind of like the prequel series of Star Wars. There's people who hate it now, but realistically, it really isn't that bad. Having said that, real quick, so you understand where I'm coming from.
Okay.
From least favorite to my favorite, it's Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I am gonna get so much flack for this. Temple of Doom is my third least favorite.
Okay.
And I know because everyone loves that movie. Last Crusade, and then my favorite Indiana Jones is the original, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I absolutely love that movie. This movie looks really good. Number 5, and it has a full title. It's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I don't recall what artifact they're referencing of, because every movie has an artifact that's like true in legends. Like the Last Crusade was the chalice, like King Arthur's chalice or something like that.
Okay.
I believe the Lost Ark was the Lost Ark of like Egypt or something like that. Crystal Skull was the aliens, you know, the alien skull, the crystal skulls, yeah. So I don't know what they're exactly referencing with Dial of Destiny, but when I saw, I forgot the actor's name, and I apologize, but his friend that's from the Last Crusade and Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he showed up in this trailer, I was like, oh my God, this is like home. I also want to say, damn, Disney, the de-aging stuff you guys use is really good nowadays. Good Lord, like the scenes where Harrison Ford has to be young looks good. Doesn't look terrible. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not like when they did Mark Hamill and Leia. When they did Luke and Leia in episode 9. Oh, good Lord, that was bad. But I think since they've done Luke in Mandalorian, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It just looks good. It just looks like it's gonna be a fun time again. Some of the visuals, man, they look stunning. Like the scene where they're doing the car chase through that confetti like area in America.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so cool. So I'm excited. I'm very excited to see where this goes. The scene at the end of the trailer where he's just like, back off, everyone, with the whip, and they just all pull a gun on him. I'm like, of course.
Oh.
Why didn't they do this?
It's like, wait. Oh, I
This
love
makes so much
magic.
sense. I love it. I'm just a little concerned because I'm just okay. Quick continuation plots. What happened to Marion? What happened to his son? What happened to Shia LaBeouf? Like, he has a son.
Yeah, what
right?
happened to Shia LaBeouf?
Like, he has a son, and he ends up marrying Marion at the end of the 4th movie. So it's like, okay.
So
I understand that this is like Uncharted. They're not really continuations of each other. You know, they're their own stories where they need to be, but come on, a little bit more consistency would have been nice, Disney. But yeah, I'm excited. That's a good one. Another trailer they just showed today. Actually, I watched it right before we jumped on this podcast. The Last of Us.
Oh, right.
HBO Max.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that yet. Then
full official 2-minute trailer. Holy crap, it looks good. I didn't think Pedro Pascal could play a good Joel, and he does. He looks like he's gonna play the part well.
That's good to hear.
It looks good. It looks very good. I'm excited to watch it. January, I believe, is when it comes out.
Oh, that's pretty soon.
Very soon. Very, very soon. I heard, speaking of movie stuff and TV shows, did you hear that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is getting like
what's going on? 10s
and 9s across the board?
Oh, that's good to hear. It's very good to hear.
Did you hear about that?
I saw it just getting promoted. I didn't know about like the ratings and everything.
That movie is getting crazy amounts of reviews right now, like a good amount of like hype. And I'm like, bro, it's just Puss in Boots. What are we doing?
Oh.
But apparently it's due to the very well-written story. It feels like the last hurrah for Shrek overall, like that universe.
No, bringing out a Shrek movie now.
And the change of animation style, they changed it.
They did.
Yeah, and it looks really pretty. I know Anaya would be thrilled to go watch that movie. It doesn't come out till next week for us, like overall, but yeah.
So definitely look forward to it though.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm really excited. What else is there?
There's one that I am hoping that you'll bring up because you know. I mean, you said that.
Well, it's Mario. Next one. Anyway,
no. Mario's Mario. I mean, Mario Link. Mario Link.
Hey, it's me, Mario, and that's it.
That's the voice.
No, that movie. I was one of the doubters for sure, and I still have a little bit of doubt. I'm ready to watch it. It looks really good.
Oh, okay.
They're doing a lot of the things right. Like, where do I begin?
I
would say 90% of the voice actors are phenomenal. I think they're really good cast choices. Anna Taylor-Joy sounds great as Peach, in my opinion. I know that Steffi thinks she sounds boring. I don't think that. She sounds pretty good. Toad by Keegan-Michael Key is phenomenal. Jack Black is a 10 out of 10 as Bowser. Charlie Day sounds exactly like Luigi should sound. We didn't get to hear Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. We heard him do grunts.
Yeah.
Is that what he is for? Is he going to be like paid like Vin Diesel to do I Am Groot? Like,
I think so.
I also need to talk about Donkey Kong in a minute, but
yeah.
Mario's the only voice I can't do it with. Now.
All right. Here we go.
Here's the thing.
Here it is.
I know that Nolan, obviously a good friend of the channel here, Nolan.
Yep.
Nolan and I have been conversating about this, and we both agree. And I know that I'm going to get a lot of flack. As a big Mario fan, I'm pretty sure I'm the #1 Mario fan in this like group of people right here.
All right.
Okay. I'm not going to say I'm not like the biggest fan. I'm sure there's bigger people out there, but I am. Super Mario is like my favorite video game character. Is my favorite video game series. I don't know if I would have been able to watch a movie where it's Charles Martinet doing lines for an hour and a half or whatever. I just don't think so. Now, again, Charles Martinet is a very talented actor, voice actor. I'm pretty sure he could have toned it down a bit for the movie. I'm not doubting that. But a lot of people seem to think that whoever gets to play Mario is going to be his replacement, and I'm like, bro,
no, what?
that's not what Chris Pratt is not going to become the new
not how it
voice of
works.
Mario for generations, bro. That's not how it works. It's for the movie, and he sounds fine. He sounds like he's not putting too much effort into it, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's whatever. I'm gonna take it as is.
I will say, like, it's a take on Mario not being familiar with the Mushroom Kingdom, not being used to like the antics that he would as a plumber who doesn't plumb a lot and just jumps a lot.
Yep, it's really cool. So I like that idea.
So it really, I think Chris Pratt delivers as far as just a bewildered dude who just got dropped into this place and is just trying to figure himself out, versus like our usual like uppity type of like voice from Charles Martinet. Like, I think it's different in that regard. So he might grow into that. Maybe there might be more from Chris Pratt, but it's like an acting direction he decides like he's chosen to do, and then later on it starts to like change. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't think they were gonna throw Mario Kart in there. And
yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think that. Of course they would. You know? But it looks cool. They're driving down Rainbow Road. That scene looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But now we got to talk about Donkey Kong. There's a reason I got to bring him up, because you do know that there are leaks that Universal and Nintendo and Illumination are planning to do a spin-off based on Donkey Kong after this movie.
Oh, okay.
That seems to be correct, especially in this trailer. You see a lot of the Kong family in the back and behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You can see Dixie Kong, Diddy Kong, Cranky Kong, Funky is even in the trailer somewhere. Like, that's mind-blowing that Nintendo's allowing those characters to be referenced at this point. So, and I saw Yoshi's. We in there.
Full circle. Banana
Yoshi gang rise up.
Banana Slammer confirmed.
Oh,
showering with coconuts. Confirmed.
If I hear Seth Rogen say Banana Slammer, oh my god. Hey man, they can reference a lot. That picture of Mario and Luigi in front of the van is a reference to the fucking 1992 Mario movie. I was like, what? That's the exact same pose as they're doing. I was like, no, don't reference that movie.
No, they gotta.
That's a really clever reference though. The thing is, I'd like to imagine that Nintendo had a lot of say in the voice cast, right? Because they're a big part of the project. It's not like it's just Illumination doing this. So I don't know. All I'm gonna say is I'm excited for April. It's gonna be a fun time to watch that movie. And yeah, I'll just go in with the right mindset.
All right. Yeah, same here. I think it looks really good so far. I mean, obviously, I think Illumination is kind of like has got it down pat as far as like visuals and everything.
I think this is the prettiest Illumination movie I've ever seen. I don't know. Obviously you've seen their previous works, and I think Sing 2 was pretty close. Like the whole, I don't know if you've seen Sing 2, but in the movie, like at the very end when they do the entire play or the musical, there's a lot of visual cues in there. That's really cool. I like that. But I think this is definitely putting their animation talent to the test. They're doing a lot of background work. Like there's going to be details you're going to have to look out for. Like, and then I saw Mario in the Tanuki suit, so you already got me.
Yeah, like, and Peach also gets the fire flower. But like,
oh my god,
that's wild.
That was cool. I also think it's pretty cool that they're not going to use Peach as the damsel in distress. You didn't need to give her a halberd though. I don't know. That's just me. Like,
that seems a little. Might seem a touch violent. Like,
yeah, but I also know that this might be the first movie that they have that's PG. Oh no, Despicable Me is PG. Never mind. No, Despicable Me is G. Yeah, this might be their first PG movie if I'm not mistaken. So they can get away with a couple things.
Yeah, all right.
Unless it's G, and in which case, man, the movie association's wildin'. This is like that time they rated Indiana Jones 1 rated PG-13 or PG, when in reality that movie should definitely have been PG-13. I saw the head get chopped off. I said, "Holy crap! What is this?"
Traumatized.
Bro, it's the okay. I don't know why I'm going back to Indiana Jones, but it's the scene where he's fighting the German dude
Okay.
with the helicopter, and he gets socked out and he falls on the floor and he looks up, and instead of getting up, he ducks, and the dude turns around and the propeller just and I was like, holy crap.
Ooh.
I was like, what the? Okay.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. Okay. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm ready for the Mario movie. I don't like the name of the movie though. Should did a little bit clever. The Super Mario Brothers movie. How original.
Would you prefer a new Super Mario Brothers movie?
No. No. They could have just said Super Mario Brothers the movie or something. I don't know. I guess the Super Mario Brothers
New
movie
Sonic
makes
the
sense.
Hedgehog movie.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I'm excited to watch it though. No, I want this to lead into other Nintendo like franchises getting movies.
Yeah,
I would
sure.
love to see what they would do with Zelda. I really do.
Let's go Metroid.
Fuck.
Or
That'd
Kirby.
be so cool.
You know what? I'd love to see a Kirby one.
Kirby would be a good choice for Illumination, in my opinion.
Oh, yes.
I started thinking, I don't know if Zelda or Metroid's a good choice for Illumination. Because if you look at their history of movies, I don't think so. Maybe DreamWorks? They both owned by Universal, so we'll see.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll see.
But I think that's all the news.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Can't
Phil.
really think of anything else.
Phil, is there anything else you wanted to do? I know that we hit the hour mark. We do have some pickups, right? So
do you have pickups first?
I have un.
All right, go for it.
Okay, we were talking about Fire Emblem, right? This is the only thing I got for Black Friday sale, and that was Three Hopes. Three Hopes has gotten like several like price deductions over the course of like Cyber like Monday Black Friday weekend. I went with GameStop's like $40 a one, but later on they showed it on Amazon for like 30 something.
Yep.
At the very lowest, but
I mean, it's the one Nintendo published game this year I didn't pick up, so I really should.
Yeah, but no, I'm just happy to have finally picked it up. So it's one of those occasions where you see a Nintendo game and you're like, oh, yeah, it's not gonna go any lower than that. Let me just go ahead and jump in on that.
Yeah, give me like 1 minute. I'll be right back. I need to go get something real quick.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, I'll do my pickups right now.
Okay, got you. I will talk about what our plans are later on today. We are currently going to have a am I hearing myself again? I think I heard myself just very briefly. I guess it depends on like the level of my voice on his end, but we are currently going to have a Friendsgiving today. So once we've wrapped up on podcast, we're all going to get together. Steffi's in town as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I guess I could also talk about things that happened yesterday. I was hanging out with my cousin. He actually showed up this week. He actually has moved like pretty far away from us, and we won't really see him until like Christmas or post Christmas, when we have our like whole trip as like family, because we're gonna try to do that as a yearly thing since last year. But yeah, we're heading out. I'll see him most likely, if not today or tomorrow, then. But we hung out. We got some hot chicken from a place nearby. It was the first time I ever got it. It was interesting. It was dressed up like kind of like a salad. Like every single like entree inside that you'd have like with hot chicken and whatever like things like fries or coleslaw on the side. Everything was just mixed together. Like it was even the bread was mixed into that, which was kind of weird. But it was a different experience. I kind of like that. And then we went around. Because I've been getting into Pokemon trading cards specifically, he jumped in on that, and we whatchamacallit, I have a binder for all of it. We jumped on GameStop's whatchamacallit, their deal for like 25% off trading cards and whatnot, and they had it for like the individual packs for Pokemon. What was it, Lost Origins like expansion stuff. So I picked up 4, he picked up 2. We both got Giratina, which is the legendary featured on that one, and I got like Giratina V-Star, and he had like the gold like rare variant of it, and I was like, that's crazy. There's that boy.
I made it back, my bad.
Nah, that's all good. I was talking about
Okay.
what was going on yesterday, but
So I'll start with. So I have like categories real quick. I'm gonna start
Okay.
with something I just got into this year while I was gone, and then I'm gonna start with that.
you got
Something I got
into.
into this year. I got into a pile that I can just go through quickly because I don't have much to talk about these.
Oh, okay, fair
A
enough.
pile that I do have some stuff to say, and
And
then yeah,
oh, okay,
we'll get there. So
here we go.
I, for my anniversary this year,
Well,
got an Atari 2600. As some people know, I love retro games. I a big advocate for retro games and stuff like that, but I don't know anything before the NES. That's not I've never gone past that.
Mm.
So my wife thought it'd be cool to get me an Atari 2600 and well, she goofed because now I'm collecting for it.
Oh, you brought this to yourself.
It's been really fun so far. I think certain Atari games hold up pretty well.
Okay.
They do for sure. So I've got a stack here real quick. I'll just go through them real fast.
Sure.
I got Asteroids.
Oh, right. I've seen that one.
Yeah, Asteroids is pretty good. It's a classic, you know. It's got to be there for sure. I have Basketball.
Basketball, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I didn't think this game was gonna be that good, but I played it in a multiplayer setting, and it was fantastic. I'm pretty sure I played it with you, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did play. I got a couple games since then as well. Breakout, which is like the original game that inspired like Arkanoid. It's the first ball breaking game.
Oh, okay.
Very good game. Centipede is a game I haven't put too much time into yet, but it's a classic from what I hear. Interesting shooter, I guess. I got quite possibly the worst game of all time. E.T. Got it right here. Got that as a gift a while back, but I might as well put it in the pile. It's terrible. Don't do it.
Okay, I won't.
Missile Command is really good. It's a fun game. It's one where like missiles are coming down and you have a cursor and wherever you shoot a bomb that explodes in that area. So you have to time them.
Yeah, okay.
Pac-Man, which is notoriously bad for the Atari 2600. But if you take it on its own right, it's really not that bad. It's okay. What is considered one of the top games for it, Pitfall by Activision.
Oh, okay.
Is really good. It is a very good game. I had to get it in my collection because I was like, yo, people tell me that this is like the Super Mario of the Atari 2600.
Oh, wow.
So, had to do it to them, you already know. I got Super Breakout because I was curious as to why they would always talk about Super Breakout and not regular Breakout, and now I know why. This game has a lot of different modes that are much better than Breakout.
Okay.
But I got them both. I have Warlords, which I cannot actually play yet because I only have one set of paddles. I need to get another set, and then we need to all get together, Justin, and we can do 4 players on this.
Oh, okay.
This is Breakout if we were defending our own base.
Oh, okay.
It's very good. And I have, which is my personal favorite game so far that I figured out how to play finally, Yar's Revenge.
Oh, yeah.
I figured out how to play it. Very good game. So that's my Atari collection so far, and I'm only saying this because I've been so enamored with Atari things this year because it's the 50th anniversary. No, I don't have the 50th collection yet. I will get that eventually. But it's been really cool, like collecting Atari games and just looking at them. Plus, they're dirt cheap. Dog, some of these games I only paid like $8 for a piece. Like, it's so cool to collect, and now I have another console to collect for. So, thanks for that, wife. Anyways, let's quickly run through my Switch pickups that I can just run through real quick.
All right.
I got Final Vendetta.
Oh, yeah.
This is all stuff I picked up while I wasn't on the podcast, so just real quick.
All right.
Final Vendetta, it's a beat 'em up. And 2 guys from Digital Foundry actually are guest voices in this game. That's pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah. This is by Bitmap Muro, so they did stuff like I'm drawing a blank here. I don't remember the name of the game, but it's like a Smash TV clone, and I'm feeling very bad for not remembering.
Wait, is it the one we played together?
No.
Not that one. Okay.
No.
I was gonna say, I was like, what?
Yeah. I don't remember the game, but I feel bad. But it's a good game though.
Gotcha.
I'm sure you have this one too, but this is Gunvolt Chronicles 2.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX2. What a name.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because I have Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 pre-ordered as well. So
same.
Looking
forward to it.
Very much. The Gunvolt series is incredible. Have them all on Switch so far. Kogan Sword of Rewind is also another game I picked up.
I gotta try it out.
It's interesting for sure. There's a lot of talking, but
fair.
It's pretty interesting. It's like really hard to one-hit deaths and you're done.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those games.
Oh, so, no. Okay.
It's interesting though. It's interesting enough. Okay. I finally got Blood Rain 1 and Blood Rain 2 revamped. I got the dual box.
Nice.
And if you've ever played Blood Rain, they're pretty fun. I played them back on PS2. They're pretty fun games. Also, real quick fact, I don't know why I know this, but Rain, the character, is the only video game female to ever appear in Playboy.
What the?
I have no idea. I had no idea doing the research for this. I promise you. Crazy.
Man.
And then I got this game that I have to slide out the cover real quick. I got Unpacking.
That's a really cute one.
It's have you heard of this game?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I got the physical copy right here. There's a very this is the sleeve that comes with. It's because it's a box. See?
Right.
Yeah, it's a very cozy game. Very cozy game. I'm gonna put a little bit more time into it, but it's been pretty fun so far.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I got this game called There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension.
What the?
There's no game in this.
Oh wow.
It's like this WarioWare style game that's really crazy. I cannot explain to you because I actually don't know it too much myself.
All right.
Get there when I get there. A personal favorite for Anaya and mine, Windjammers 2.
Okay.
This game, man, we can go ham on that game for like hours, so it's pretty good. Windjammers 1. We haven't done 2 yet. Phantom Breaker Omnia is a fighting game.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Based in the Phantom Breaker universe.
Huh.
So, yeah. I haven't popped it in yet, but that's why I have it in the quickly run through list.
Gotcha.
Ender Lilies, Quietest of the Nights is a Metroidvania.
Nice.
And it's got this interesting anime art style. It looks really cool though.
Cool.
I'm really looking forward to that one. I got a WayForward shoot 'em up with Cat Girl Without Salad, Amuse Bouche.
All right.
Yeah. It's by WayForward.
All right, WayForward. Go on.
This is limited runs April Fool's joke.
That's funny. Okay.
It's a WayForward shoot 'em up that makes no goddamn sense. So,
okay.
Very much looking forward to playing it. I also got this. I don't know how many people are gonna know what the series is, but it's Snow Bros, Nick and Tom special.
Snow Bros.
Yeah, let me turn off the light over here real quick. Yes, Snow Bros. Snow Bros is very old in the retro gaming. It's like NES era. There was an NES version of this game back in the day. Also one of the most expensive NES carts. Think Bubble Bobble and you're in the right direction of what kind of game it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like that kind of game where you're screen by screen, you're killing off enemies. Except you're snow. So you throw it, make them snowballs, and you kind of move the snow around. It's pretty fun. It's enjoyable.
Right.
And then I got this game is interesting. I do want to actually put time into it. Monster Sanctuary. Do you know about this game?
I have, yeah. It's kind of like a take on a Metroidvania Pokemon game.
Exactly. It's weird. It's a 2D platforming Metroidvania with Pokemon mechanics. So you catch monsters and you do battle with them on a Metroidvania game. What a interesting ass game. That's why I was like, I'm gonna actually sit down and play this eventually soon. I have a lot of games to play. Then we got to pull up the Switch games that I did pick up while I was gone that I do have some things to say about.
Okay.
All right. Bayonetta 1
Bayonetta.
physical. Bayonetta 1 physical copy. The only thing that I have to say about this is that this is one of my top 5 favorite games of all time.
Oh, okay.
I love this game to death. And getting a physical copy of the Switch version is the sin that Nintendo needed to correct for years. So thank you for finally letting me have the trilogy together.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, Bayonetta 3, you already know. I haven't played it yet, unfortunately. I plan on doing the entire marathon.
Oh yeah.
On stream. I started Bayonetta 1 for unforeseen reasons. I didn't get to do it yesterday. So Monday I will definitely begin it again.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna try and finish this before our Game of the Year podcast. I need to know where I place this. It's killing me that I haven't played it.
Oh, Motion Man 64 on Twitch.
Oh yes, thank you. And then I got an interesting collection. I really like this series so far that I played it. I don't know how many retro gamers are gonna like this, but Valis, the Phantasm Soldier collection. See if I can get it without the light. The glare. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Valis. If you've ever heard of the Valis series, they are okay games. None of them are like amazing. None of them are like, oh my god, you need to play these. But if you actually sit there with the series, except for X, don't play X. Okay, real quick. There are 4 main games in the series, and then there's X. If you have any decency, stay away from X.
Okay.
It's a erotic visual novel.
Well, I'm gonna have to break your promise. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's just say that. But the main line games are just 2D platformers. These are the PC Engine ports of the first 3 games, which are considered the best versions of these games. The soundtrack in these games are amazing. I was like, holy shit. Yo, they weren't kidding. I do have Valis, the Phantasm Soldier Collection 2 pre-ordered through limited run. So whenever that comes in, I can complete the series because that one actually has 4. That one has 4 and then 3 other ports of the same game. So that's really cool. My one big import in a long time, and I needed this in my collection because I told myself I have to, and that is Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series. I am a big advocate for this series. You need to play it. I don't care where you play it. Mark, if you're still listening out there, get it on Xbox. I don't care where you play Klonoa, just play it, goddammit. Klonoa is fantastic. I only recommend the Switch version if that is going to be your preferred platform of choice. It does not perform as well on Switch as I had hoped. I would suggest the PS5 version. PS5 or Series X.
Gotcha.
But it's still good. It's still a good game on Switch. It just plays fine. That in my opinion. I got a game that I know you also have as well, Justin. The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero.
Yes.
Had to have this. I haven't sat down to play it yet because I know damn well I'm going to be invested into it. But the creators of Ys, which you already know, I had to do it.
I had to grab something real quick from the shelf because I know you would truly appreciate it. Ys! Hey, for the PlayStation 5.
Ys, baby, let's go. You already know. That series has quickly become like one of my favorite series of all time. I think it's up there, like with Mario and Zelda.
Jesus.
My god, dude. Ys is so good. I don't know what the hell I've been doing for all my life, but when I played Ys 8 in 2020, it changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. I was so invested that I was like, wait, Ys 8, there are 7 other games. What am I doing? And so I started like looking into how to play these, and I have them on Steam, and I have them on consoles that I can have them on. Like I have the TurboGrafx Mini. That's how I played Ys Books 1 and 2. I have Lacrimosa of Donna. I have Monstrum Nox, which is Ys 9, and then I have Ys Origins on Switch. I love this series so much, so I'm glad you got that to experience Lacrimosa of Donna because that game is phenomenal.
They also have
one of my favorite games in that generation.
They also got Monstrum Nox confirmed for PlayStation 5 release too. So
that's actually an interesting port because if you played Monster Knocks on PS4, there's already a PS5 patch. So like
Interesting.
If you were to pop it in, it's actually the best version on console to play, as long as you played the PS4 disc on PS5.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm wondering what they're including to make that change.
More soundtracks? More physical soundtracks?
I really do like 9. It's still a phenomenal game. East is really good, but I think 8's a better game.
All right.
Yeah. It's still good though. I recommend it. That was my most played game in 2021 on Switch. So, I did pick up Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. You already know I had to do it to him.
Fair.
Yep. Great. I picked up a port that I've been begging for years. I know. Shocker. I own this game like 2 times already on PS4, and I had to do it again because I wanted to play it on Switch. But I did it. I got Persona 5 Royal.
Whoa, really?
Which I know, shock. I know, I couldn't stand it. But I got the Steelbook edition.
It is clean.
It is clean. It's got the sleeve, so I'm really happy about that. And then, yeah,
nice.
Very good. I'm happy to have this in my collection on Switch finally. Atlas, please. Why is Persona 4 and 3 not getting physical copies? What is this? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna buy them, but like, how dare you?
How dare?
I got this as a gift from a friend because he knew I couldn't pick it up because of a certain other game I'm going to talk about soon. And I have been playing it a little bit, and that is Sonic Frontiers.
I'm here. Sorry.
As you can see, I'm playing the Switch version, and yes, the Switch version is not as good as like the next gen version.
Shout out to Ghost Sam.
But it's still good. It's still a good game. I'm having fun with it. There's nothing inherently wrong with the Switch version other than it doesn't look pretty and it runs 30 frames. Take that with a grain of salt. If you look, it's like Pokemon, which we'll get to in a minute. I was gonna say, if you can look past the flaws, it's still a good game on Switch.
All right.
It's not. I've discovered that it's not my favorite game this year. It's really okay. Right. It's just an okay game for me. I do like Sonic Frontiers, but I don't think I like it as much as some other people think. Yeah, it's still good though. I do recommend it. I have the Switch port of Nier Automata.
Ooh.
I do own this game on PS4, and I have Nier Replicant because I love the Nier series. But I really was like, there's no way that this version can be good. And you know what? It looks even better than the PS4 version.
That's
crazy to me. Well, I don't know if you know this. The PS4 version only hits like 900p or something like that.
Oh.
This hits a full 1080. But at the cost of it only running 30 frames, not 60 on PS4.
Ooh, okay.
So there's the difference. It does look prettier, but it doesn't hit the same frame rate. That's fine. This game is good no matter where you play it. I was playing this for a bit. My God, dude.
You gotta wonder, with that type of game and how it's able to be ported and optimized so well on Switch, you gotta wonder about
I know. It's so good. Yeah, you got to wonder about a certain other.
You might wonder how other pieces may have fell into place. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's by Square. This game is by Square. What are you talking about? It doesn't work. Kingdom Hearts should work just fine. I'm calling you out, Square Enix. Fuck you. Anyways, I'll get to that game last because I already know people are looking at it on the camera. Anyways, I got Pocky and Rocky Reshrined.
Oh, okay.
This is a really good series. Really good. I would say run and gun. It's kind of a shoot 'em up, but it's run and gun. Very Japanese, like folklore heavy. The original series is really good too, but man, Reshrine is exactly what I wanted. Like it's a classic game, but modernized. It's really good. The pixel art's beautiful in that game. I just got in Tetris Effect for Switch.
Oh.
It still looks really gorgeous, especially on the OLED.
Oh, of course.
I'd recommend the PS4 version or Xbox Series X version more because like it obviously runs a little better. But during gameplay, this game runs just fine. It's just the menus look a little weird. Other than that, it's solid. It's a good port. And it's crossplay, so we can play with any console.
Oh, nice.
I finally got this copy, and I know we played this on stream together, Justin, you, me, and my wife, but we played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. I finally got the Switch version. And yeah, it's not the best version. There is some frame stutters here and there. But it at least has 6-player multiplayer, which the PlayStation version cannot say. So,
wow.
Yeah, so best version's Xbox for sure, because you can play 6 players on that locally. This is second best because it doesn't perform as well, but you can still do 6 players. PS4 and PS5 can only do 4 players because of the controller support.
Interesting. Oh yeah, okay.
You can only do 6 players online, so that's whatever. I still love this game. It's one of my favorite games this year. You'll definitely hear about it in a later podcast, for sure.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna bring him up. I'm gonna bring him up right now because we were talking a lot about this earlier.
Okay.
I got Scarlet and Violet. I got them both because I like to collect Pokemon games, but I am playing Violet. I have it actually in front of my screen right now. I am playing Violet.
Nice.
I will say my part about this game, like my review, is yeah, the performance is god awful. It really is. It really shouldn't run like that. And I don't know if I can blame the Switch or if I have to blame Game Freak.
It's mainly them, yeah.
Right? Because Breath of the Wild's fine.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if this game would have had a much more cell shaded art style, kind of like what Legends has, I think you could have done a little bit better with the art style and made environments that could work better in terms of textures and whatnot. That's me thing. That's a me thing, though. I know I'm not a game developer. I don't know how to run things.
Yeah, they'll listen into feedback later on, so we'll see.
But get past the performance. That is the best Pokemon game in years. Absolutely, the mechanics are fun. The actual open world itself is really cool. The idea of just letting you free roam wherever you want to go is really fun. This is exactly the right direction Pokemon needs to go. I just hope that the next game understands that it needs to perform better. Like they need to optimize it a little bit better, but it is really good. Really, really good. And then the last game is the game I've been playing on the side, not on stream. I wanted to stream it, but there are certain games that I have to sit down with my big screen TV, my big old 55-inch, and I just with the sound bar, and I just want to watch myself over it. And I know, I'm sure you've been playing it on stream, Justin, I believe. And I know. It's the only PS5 pickup. It's one of my only PS5 pickups I got this year, but I have been playing the hell out of this game. That is God of War Ragnarok, baby.
The door. It's real.
It's real. God of War Ragnarok is phenomenal. It is not the best PS5 exclusive because it's not exclusive. It's on PS4.
Yeah.
But it is the best PlayStation game out there right now, in my opinion. It's so good. The writing is good. The characters are awesome. The visuals are outstanding. It is running on the same engine as 2018. So, like, here's the thing, in my opinion. You can tell that the game was built for PS4 first and then ported to PS5. Having said that, I would recommend the PS5 version. It runs and looks phenomenal. I dropped the case. But anyways.
The smooth,
yeah. It's so good, dude. There's a lot of things in that game I was not expecting. I can't really say much. I don't want to spoil anything because anything I say about the game, like in terms of certain things, it's spoilers. It's big spoilers. Like there's a lot of things I was not expecting they were going to do with this game. It feels like 2018 if they sat there and said, well, what if we did this instead of this? And turned it on your heads. Like that's what Ragnarok feels like. It's all the ideas they wanted to implement, but they didn't. This is the game that has them all. It's really good. And I highly recommend it. And you'll definitely hear me talk about this game a little bit more detailed in a future podcast.
Yep.
Because right now it's there. So I won't say where yet. Because spoiler alert, right now, I have not played Elden Ring.
You sinful.
I know. I haven't played Elden Ring. To me,
nah, it's fine.
This has been my game of the year so far. So I haven't determined what it is yet because I still have to play Bayonetta 3 and I still have a couple other games to finish beforehand. but it's gonna be hard to top
It's
this
like,
game. It's gonna be really hard to top this game off. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a big fan of the God of War series. I played every single entry in this franchise. Yes, including Ascension. I hate that game.
Ooh.
But man, I don't know what else I could say about this. This game is phenomenal. If you have a PlayStation, what the hell are you doing? Buy this game. I know there's some people out there who don't like the new style of God of War. That's fine.
Fair. That's fair.
But to me, it still feels like God of War. Like there are still things that I'm like, oh yeah, this is just like the original, or this and that. And yeah.
Yeah. I can't say that on someone who hasn't tried out the old OG God of War yet. But playing the new ones, like I really like how the gameplay just kind of sits with you.
My thing about God of War Ragnarok, right?
Mm.
And what makes it such a good game to me is, yeah, a lot of modern games are very artsy fartsy. There's a lot of like story, dialogue. This has that, but it's still a video game first. It's not a movie, is what I'm trying to tell you.
It can be a movie.
It can be, but it's a video game first. You know what I mean? Like there are still mechanics you have to get used to. There's still all these items you can collect, treasure chest, all these other things. There are still parts of it that make you feel like, oh yeah, this is a video game. This is not a movie. This is not cinematics.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of modern games can do that. You know, a lot of modern games are just, here's the cinematics. Here you go. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy with it. I don't think it's gonna win Game of the Year like at the Game Awards. I'm pretty sure Elden Ring is gonna sweep, but it at least has to win Best Narrative.
Yeah.
At the very bare minimum. I know that Elden Ring is also nominated, but in my opinion, it's game. The thing is, if the game has to make you look up all of this stuff, then it's not a good narrative.
Yeah, like if it's not a driving force of like what you're doing, then maybe it's not the strongest narrative. Not that it makes it a bad game, it's just not strong narratively, I would say.
Elden Ring is a 10 out of 10 game. I'm not doubting that. Just like how I think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a 10 out of 10 game.
Ooh, still gotta play that. And the other ones.
Man. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is so good. I'm glad it got nominated. It's not going to win, but I'm glad it got nominated.
You're right.
Stray is the weird one to me. I don't know how that got nominated.
Because they need the slot, and their team that they were reviewing for. I'm just saying this out of the blast.
They like to throw in an indie game, and I'm just saying, you know, Cult of the Lamb exists. I'm just saying.
I'm just throwing it out there, you know.
Yeah. Cult of the Lamb is fantastic, so I don't know. I'm just saying. To be fair, I haven't played Strayed, so maybe it's good. We'll see. I know
Sephi will probably fight you for it though.
Yeah, probably. I know my friend has been played it on stream. He finished it in 2 streams because that game's only like 3 hours long.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah. So, but I do plan on playing it. I like to think of the Game Awards as like hey, here's a recommendations list of games you should play.
Yeah, I mean that's ultimately what it is. I'm really kind of going based off like what Sakurai has said about like the Game Awards stuff. It's just like, you know, it's just a celebration. It's mainly for the developers themselves to kind of like embellish in that. But
I'm not sitting here going, oh man, if Elden Ring wins Game of the Year, that is the best game of the year.
Fuck God of War. What am I doing?
That exists this year. Elden Ring was the only game you should have bought. No, that's not true. You know what I mean? Like, I might not care about Horizon 2 like that, but I know there are a lot of people out there that do, and that's fine. That's why I kind of like when we do Game of the Year, because we don't go based off like, oh, what came out this year. I mean, I do because that's how I play games.
Sure. Yeah. For
the most part. But like, look at Mark. He doesn't play all the new stuff coming out. He plays expansions. He plays DLC. He plays all those other things. So what I'm saying is this is free promotion for that podcast.
Yeah. We're gonna have our own. We're gonna have our own Game Awards with blackjacks and hookers.
Bingo. No,
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun. That was a fun podcast last year. I'm really looking forward to doing it this year.
Yeah, they're gonna have the Game Awards actually next week, and I guess we'll have when should we have ours specifically? I never put a time and date, but probably before Christmas.
New Year's Eve, no?
New Year's Eve? Okay. Actually,
New Year's Eve like we did last year, or we could do it a little bit beforehand. I don't think anything's coming out after Christmas.
I may not be free on that week, so like yeah. I was thinking that maybe it'd be like within like the next couple of weeks, like within December, but you know.
Oh, it has to be December, but
yeah.
I was gonna say last year we did it New Year's Eve, but I'm open whenever. Just let me know.
Yeah. We'll definitely just reach out to the chat and see the messenger and like check and see if that's a good time for anybody within the weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all my pickup since I've been gone off this podcast. I know it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I actually have a couple more packages coming through.
Oh Jesus!
From Limited Run.
That's fair.
They're not big ones. I think I have a game called Mighty Goose coming through.
Mighty Goose.
Have you ever heard of that game? It's fucking funny. It's you play as a goose. It's a 2D run and gun platformer.
He plays a goose.
Play as a goose, and you can get in a robot, and it's super wild. I saw that game and I was like, that's my kind of game. I gotta play it.
It's the hilariously titled Goose Game.
Oh my god. Untitled Goose Game? Oh my god. But yeah, other than that, next week we're playing Mario Kart now.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes. We will hosting it on your channel on next Friday, correct?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Next Friday for sure. I know the DLC comes out Wednesday, but I think we usually do it Fridays because we all have the time to just be chilling throughout the night playing the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe next week over on my channel, twitch.tv/motionman64, you know. But we're all gonna play. I think you're gonna be there, Seffi's gonna be there, and I believe Brian is also gonna be there. Twitch.tv/Brian Whoop Whoop. He's also gonna be there as well. Well, as far as I know so far. There might be some other streamers in there too, but they're not gonna be on camera. So
fair.
They're gonna be in the room,
the lobby rooms,
the lobby playing with us. Yeah.
Because
it's Mario Kart, baby. We in there. And I promise that what we do usually, for anybody who doesn't know, when the DLC comes out, we do a stream of that weekend for Mario Kart. We make sure to hit every single new DLC track, and then we just open up the floodgates and just go ham on anything else. I have been playing a lot of Mario Kart recently as well. I was just telling Mark before we started the stream. I finished 100% at Super Mario Kart again. I don't know why. I don't know why I do it to myself. I did it on Switch this time because I'm a person that likes to have my multiplayer games ready to go.
Sure.
For multiplayer sessions, like if we're all sitting on the couch and we're like, hey, let's play Super Mario Kart for some weird reason. I want to make sure I have all the tracks unlocked.
Gotcha.
That's just me.
Oh yeah, but Twin, you didn't really miss out much. We were just talking about what we were planning out, which is the Mario Kart thing. We're also trying to plan out Game of the Year, our own Game Awards after the fact.
I think it's because we did it on a random whim last year.
Yeah.
And it turned out really well.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It was like the funnest podcast we had like all year. So good. So I'm really excited to do it again. And this time we'll do it a little bit more detailed out and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now that we actually have time to plan it. I actually have been, this is what I've been doing on the side as well as playing God of War. I have been sitting down with the games that I have beaten this year and I go, does this make my top 10 list? Does it actually make it? Because I have to actually sit here and really debate what makes the list this year. And I think we should stress, like, it's not necessarily the games that came out this year. It is the games that we beat in this year. Is the games that we actually finished or wanted to mention this year. Because there's a lot of, because I could say, he could say, I just beat East 8. Well, I beat that in 2020, dog. Like, yeah.
Well, I played it now. I mean,
yeah.
if I played it now.
If you played it this year, it counts.
Yeah. But to follow Twin, I haven't played straight myself.
Yeah, I have to play straight. I want to play out of the Game of the Year nominees. I haven't played a lot of them, unfortunately. I've been playing God of War Ragnarok. I played Xenoblade Chronicles 3, obviously. I haven't played the other 4. Like I haven't played Stray, Horizon, Elden Ring, and a Plague Tale Requiem. I want to. Plague Tale is on my list. That's my next game after God of War, actually. I'm going to play through Plague Tale Innocence and then right after play Plague Tale Requiem since it's on Game Pass. So, looking forward to playing that.
Yeah, that's really nice, though.
But yeah. That it? I don't know if there's anything else.
I think that's pretty much it. So yeah,
we can just do a whole podcast and talk about East, but you know,
we can talk about that moment, that beautiful moment. But I will say, it'll be interesting to see the game, like talk about the Game Awards next week. We may not have our Game Awards like style podcast for that then, but to kind of reflect on that will be really interesting. I've been thinking about who would really win, Elden Ring or like Ragnarok, because it really feels like it's just between those two. But that is to say, all the other games are really good too. So
if you want my opinion now, because I don't think we're going to be able to get a podcast in. When is the Game Awards actually?
I think the 8th. Double check, verify that.
Saturday or Friday or Thursday?
Yeah, it should be Thursday then, if that were the case.
Because if that's the case, then this is it. This is the only podcast we have to do the before the show.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we could say at the very least we've already talked about like what we've thought about the games so far.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just go into super detail. I was just gonna say I think Elden Ring is gonna sweep. Obviously, like that's. And I'm not saying that as a person who hasn't even played the game. I'm just saying that game was like a cultural phenomenon. Like when it came out, it was a huge deal. I remember that game being like talked about since March or since February when it released. Like no other game has been able to top it. From what I hear, obviously I have not played it myself. It's not like I'm the biggest Souls fan, but I am so curious to always play them.
Yeah, so, like from my takes right now, Elden Ring is just a lot of fun. Like it doesn't have that engagement like narratively or the characters for me to really be like that engaged, but just like the sheer joy to be able to choose like your weapons, your loadout, your skills, all that stuff that you come to know like in these action RPG style games. It's just really nice. It brings up so much conversation. It adds another layer to the game outside of the game itself, as far as discourse and discussions and whatnot. And Ragnarok is perfect too as far as presentation, but
Ragnarok is a 10 out of 10 game. I don't know how else to explain that game. I'm not even done with it. I don't even think I'm halfway through the game. I feel like I've done a lot. I'm 20 hours in. And like I don't think I'm anywhere close to the end of that game. I'm actually gonna put in some more time into tomorrow as well. But like without spoiling where I'm at, like what's happening in the story. I'm in the Lake of Nines.
Oh wow, okay.
Exploring for a certain group of people.
Avengers?
Assembled, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, to not spoil on my end, I'm with somebody. I'm with somebody that you wouldn't expect initially, but yeah.
I actually think I know who you're talking about because I have a certain somebody I didn't expect either.
Ah, okay, then we might be really pretty close. I had to hard stop with Pokemon releasing, but yeah.
That's my thing is I have to now. I'm trying to spread time between the two, and you know what? I told myself I can't do that. So what I've done for anybody who wants to know, right now my goal is to nothing but God of War Ragnarok until I finish it.
Okay.
Off stream. On stream, I'm gonna be playing through the Bayonetta series.
Are the Bayonetta games like long narrative wise?
No. they're not that long. They're like give or take 10 hours a game.
That's fair.
Maybe not 3. I heard 3 is pretty long, but at least 1 and 2 are pretty short. They're not that long. They're even faster if you know how to play them.
Oh, okay.
Like, because they're only long because you're still learning how to play with the mechanics. You're learning how to do the dodges. It is a Devil May Cry style game. So if you know action games, you should be fine. Like if you're good at the game, pretty much, you should be faster than that. I'm on chapter 3, barely, but I also forgot how long the prologue was in Bayonetta 1, so that took up most of our time with cutscenes.
Got you.
Yeah. And also, some of the chapters are just a boss fight. You do the one boss fight, and then the chapter's done.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm still on Bayonetta 1. I'm going to try to finish 1 and 2 next week, and then the week after is just nothing but 3. That's my goal.
Got you.
That's my actual goal. We'll see. We'll see how far we get, but that's what I'm doing on stream, and then off stream, I'm playing God of War. Once I finish God of War, it's time to play A Plague Tale. I need to stop delaying on it.
Yeah. Have you been, I'm pretty sure you've been keeping a list of all the games that you have been playing through and finished. Because I definitely needed that. I have it as part of my backlog list, but I also like know when I beat that game within the year, so...
Yeah,
nice.
I have been keeping a list. Once I beat it, like if I'm content with talking about it, that counts for me. So like,
all right,
yeah. So you'll see some games like, for instance, like Pokemon. I'm just not gonna tell you which one is gonna make the list. Remember, we got 2 years.
Yeah,
we
got 2 of them.
We're just not letting you know which one it is, but yeah. Like, so everyone knows we have like honorable mentions, and then we have our 10 games of the year. Yeah,
if we can fulfill that.
I know. So I know that Mark couldn't do it and Seffi couldn't do it, but you and I had a 10. And then we also, I also throw out like a retro game of the year. Like I also play retro games in between. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Like for me, it's if I finish that retro game this year, and it like. It has to be a game I had never played, but I just caught up to it. Yeah, but it's a retro game. Like it has to be, for me, retro is PS3, 360 under. And I'll throw Wii U into that.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's everything then. Yeah. All right. Well, I know that we have a Friendsgiving thing going on. We're planning it out, and so we should continue to prep for that. But for now, let's go ahead and wrap it up for this episode. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode of DangIT Prodcast. This has been episode 437. My name is Justin.
And I'm Philip.
Mark left earlier, and thanks for watching, everybody. Hashtag bye, everybody. Yeah, one job!
You have one job, Mark. Every time you fail it.
Weak.
Weak.
All right. Take care, everybody. Hashtag bye.